of your upcoming visit out to Midland, and we spoke specifically about XTO. So this is analysis of XTO, and so just going to let's see here. There we go. Let's get my slides sorted out here. So just again, I'm not going to go too much onto this, but it says AI. Whoops. It says AI here, but ultimately it could be analysis, just what I've done. There's not a ton of AI or any AI really being used in this, but what we're looking at is simple what's happened, what's happening and what will happen. So that's kind of the objective of, setting up or my recommendations from your visit out to Midland. Some of the definitions, I'll let you read them, but we use geographic terms that are found on the well permits like abstract, block, lease, section, field, projected depth. So those are all things that data sets that we're using to help us with our analysis. And so the first part, what happened? Always from a marketing perspective, we're looking at the ideal customer profile. So demographic stuff where, customers, regs, firmographics, size of customer, land position, budgets, behavioral, things like well design. So I'll let you kind of go through that. But those are all the things we're thinking as we go through that. So ideal opportunity profile or ideal customer profile, depending how you want to call it. Um, these are the rigs here that we really kind of looking at. 255, 421, 439, 547, all rigs that you've generated revenue in 2024. And when we take a look at it, again, we talk about abstract. So it's a grouping of geographic reference. So this 169 is really what, kind of happens here. And then over there is the 1033. And then we've got a couple different fields or leases, and then some different sections on that side of it that they drilled out. Then here are the rigs. Taking a look at it does correspond to kind of what your revenue is. So when we look at it, what are we analyzing? We're analyzing, kind of a cluster of rigs over multiple pads, drilling multiple wells, relatively deep projected depths, and all kind of going into one primary field. So that's the summary of the ideal customer profile. So what is it that we're looking for associated with that? So now we say, okay, well, what's happening? So this is the rig visit side of things. So I'd recommend taking a look at Neighbors X29. Maybe check the Inverness stuff before you head out there, location wise and stuff like that. But should be pretty easy to find here if we go back to the map. This Lenorah, it's just kind of off the road there from the Lenorah, the town of Lenorah, and then so X29 was one of the rigs that was there. The question is, where are they moving next? So be a good reason to go out and talk to them. You can see over here is our job record history. Where job sheet got a gap here. Ultimately they've already spud, taken their job sheets from us. Now the question is, where are they moving next? And is that going to fill that particular gap up? 3 months ago, Noah did talk to Mike Patrick. So there's in the your instance of Salesforce, there is a contact for you to talk to. HP 421, very similar. Similar type of scenario. When we look at these job sheets, they are at the beginning of the quarter, and so ultimately we could see a spike like this if they were to place get some job sheet orders by the end of the month. Noah again talked to Jason Williams, kind of a contact out at the rig, so you have somebody to talk to. They should be still located in this particular area. Again, kind of check it out with the Inverness. They should be there. It's at the end of the drill. They might be leaving. I'm not an expert on that side of it. That's something you guys can kind of strategize on that side of it. What's going to happen, the predictive component of it. Here we've got this abstract 164, which is over here. But so we've got three abstracts over here. We got 164, 834, and 842. They're all right in the location where we had the ideal customer profile on. When we look at them over here, I've got 834 and 842. I've got some activity dates logged. So I'm assuming when I'm taking a look at some of the data there, and I'll show you in a slide coming up, that they've got some type of sputter unit out there. So they've kind of logged that as that's the activity date is the spud date. So they're actually out doing those. That might be some leases that you want to go out and take a look at, drive by when you're out there anyway, and see if the if you can see some activity. So the big question when we look at the two rigs that we were talking about, plus additional rigs, what rigs are going to go on these leases here? And we could see here. I think this one turns out to be I don't have the total here. Like 16, 11, and 11. So they're getting ready to drill those. Are the rigs, when you're out talking to the rigs, are they moving there? How many rigs are going to be at each one of these abstracts, drilling the specific leases there? And then are we going to get the opportunity to sell our services there? So that's the question. If I was going out, my recommendation is if I was going out, and again, might not be what you guys want to do, but I would try and find out, what's happening with these particular programs, and to make sure what rigs are going there, and are we going to be on that side of it. A secondary scenario that it's a single rig type of scenario, I definitely consider not too far down the road from Lenorah is going out to talk about HP 547. You can see here, so again, bunch of wells spudded, and now they've got the contractor out there. So that's where the MVRS comes from. So this is from the Railroad Commission. Those are the spud dates. You can see they're happening real quick. So again, some type of sputter unit out there. Now we got 547 out there actively. This is a big program, 15 wells. They may end up moving a secondary rig on there if they want to accelerate the drilling on that side of it. And if we look at HP 547, it is the rig generating revenue for you right now in that particular area. So I would definitely go out and talk to those guys and see if they can help you fill in some of the blanks on the other ones. I don't anticipate 547 going to those other leases or those other abstracts, just because they're busy here on that side of it. And then I just threw out there HP 463, currently drilling some, got some revenue, and then there is some stuff, but it's pretty far south. So I think in 1 week you could fill up most of your stuff, just kind of focusing on this area. And then the other rig, I think that's the only one, HP 463. It's a little further down. So just to sum it up for you, and I didn't put a summary slide up, is that we've got some good activity with in you good reference point. Get a cluster of pads, get a cluster of wells, cluster of multiple rigs, drilling in a relatively deep depth. We should be able to get the torque ring service in there. And then for talking to X29, 421, as well as the 547, with the objective of trying to find out what's going on here with these groupings of drilling. Are they going to put one rig, two rigs? Where are they? And I would say these two are the primary ones. Then are we going to see some activity on that side of it? If you have any questions, let me know. And I've sent you the slide deck as well.